Hi, and as promised, here are the differences between proofreading, editing, and revision. 3 stages of the writing process are revision, editing, and proofreading. Let's take a look at each one. First, revision. What is revision? Revision is the process of making substantive, big-picture changes to a written work. It focuses on the content, structure, and clarity of the writing. When you revise, you assess and improve things like organization, logical flow, thesis strength, argumentation, inclusion or removal of information, and overall coherence. In short, revision is about making your writing better in terms of ideas, order, and communication. You might think of revision as improving the quality and effectiveness of your writing. It's where you ask big questions like, is my essay clear? Do I have a strong thesis? Have I convinced my reader to agree with me? And have I supported my ideas with sufficient evidence? You generally do your best revising in one big pass through your whole paper, focusing on the content and the overall structure of your writing. This means that most of your revisions won't be on the sentence level. Instead, they will involve entire sections or paragraphs. Once you've done a first pass, you can do a second pass. Sometimes it takes more than 2 passes to adequately revise your paper. At this stage, you want to read your paper out loud to get a feel for the flow and rhythm of your sentences. This is also an opportunity to check for conciseness and to eliminate wordiness and redundancy. Once you're done revising, it's time to edit. What is editing? Editing refers to making more localized changes after revision. It involves refining sentence structure, phrasing, style, and language to ensure clarity and smoothness. While editing may still include some content adjustments, its primary focus is on improving readability and precision. This is where you ask questions like, have I used precise and concise language? Is my tone appropriate? Does my writing flow logically from one idea to the next? Have I used a variety of sentence structures? Editing, like revision, is done best in one pass through your paper. However, if your paper is long, you may need to do multiple passes. Once you've done your first pass, set your paper aside for a day or 2, and then come back to it with fresh eyes. If possible, ask a peer or friend to do a second pass because they'll be able to see your writing with fresh eyes too. Last, proofreading. After you've revised and edited your paper, it's time to proofread. Proofreading is the final step in the writing process and involves a careful line-by-line check for surface-level errors such as typos, misspellings, punctuation mistakes, grammar, formatting, and citation issues. The goal of proofreading is to catch and correct these small errors to produce a polished, error-free document. You want to read your paper out loud because this will help you focus on the words and it will help you catch errors you might have missed before. And there you have it, the 3 stages of the writing process. Thanks for watching and see you in the next how-to.